A comment here actually said, sorry, where's it gone? What's the better accomplishment, the quad or a 5-peat?
Quad, 100%.
Yeah, you've won everything attainable in that season.
I think the quad. That's why when Liverpool nearly did it the other season, again, that season, I celebrated City winning that league title because it stopped. Because I still think if Liverpool had won the league title that day, I think you'd have beat Madrid in the final as well. And if Liverpool would have done a quad, they would have completed football first. So, you know what I mean? No,
I wouldn't even argue.
Do you not think to dominate? Do you not think to dominate for a period of time for like 5 years to dominate football puts you down as a team for like the ages? Not that a quad wouldn't, but 5 years.
I think both do. I think both are amazing.
A quad might be like, one season that team was unbelievable, but we can say truly that City have dominated for 5 years, that no one got close.
I agree.
I got a better question now for Ash. What would hurt more, Man United going invincible or Spurs winning the Champions League before you?
That's a good one.
That's a question.
We might be here for a few hours.
That's the thing.
Then because I would say United being invincible, because at least then United are a bigger club than us. So if they have that as well, like it's not like we're competing
Champions League.
Yeah, if Spurs win the Champions League, even though I'm not in London, like it's still like, come on, it's crazy. Plus, it speaks a lot of it highlights a massive failure in the way we've been run, in my opinion. So yeah, no.
Henry, them Arsenal allegations are getting stronger. When Terry asked that question, you didn't even smile. Come on, you should at least imagine it.
No, because Henry's sitting there. I might as well have told a joke about unicorn. A unicorn flying past Henry's window is more likely than a Champions League at Tottenham.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
They had their one chance and they blew it, bro. They had their one chance and they blew it.
Sorry about that.
There was a bit of me like that, bro. When they got so far, I was like, if they did win though, even though like they would have equaled us, it would have been like, yeah, but Arsenal would have 0, and that would be funny. Like,
I'll be so honest, really, yeah. Funny. I'll be so honest, David. The minute we beat Barca that night, most Liverpool fans, I can speak for the majority, we won the Champions League that night when we knew we had.
Spurs I thought you'd won it as well. No, I was. Yeah. I was like,
your semi-final was the day before Tottenham's.
No, but I mean.
Oh, you knew you were going to win it. No
once Tottenham got confirmed.
Well, I knew you were going to win it.
Terry, if it was Ajax, I might have been a bit like, oh, heritage.
You were going to win either way. Ajax were good that year, but it's not the Ajax of the 90s, right? And before. I just looked at it. And I felt all along, whoever won between you and Barca was winning the Champions League that year, because Ajax is not quite strong enough in the cold, hard light of day. And Tottenham are Tottenham, aren't they? And I know that's not great analysis, but it's the truth.
And Tottenham's best player being injured, if we did start, you knew he wouldn't be 100% anyway.
Yeah, so. that was the mistake. Imagine you score. You have a player that scores a hat trick in a semi-final of a European Cup, and then you drop him for the final. That for me, I'd have sacked him I'd have sacked Poch in the tunnel. I'd have said, "Fuck off. See you later. Fuck off, your mug." Honestly, Daniel Levy should have marched down and gone, "Oi, you fatty, come here."
Instructions to play Kane. That's what everyone misses.
Who told you that, Henry? Who told you that load of cod's wallop?
Well, did you not see Hugo Lloris's massive statement the other day talking about
Did you boys hear that about the watch? You boys heard that about the watch?
Have you read the whole thing?
No. But the thing about the watch is, for me, the Spursiest thing in the world, right? So in the build up to the final, all the players got called in to like a room. And I'm not sure. I can't remember the brand of watch, but Aviator, I think Aviators, something like that. I don't know, but it was a massive watch brand, and they said, we've got a very special gift for you all ahead of the final. And they all got given these very expensive watches, and they took them out of the boxes, they unwrapped them, they were excited, turned them back, and there was an engraving on the back that said Champions League finalists. So, wow. and Hugo Lloris basically said that, I'm paraphrasing here, but we knew we'd lost at that point. And do you know what's really interesting is I get a lot of stick from a lot of Spurs fans because they don't like how I talk about their club. But I only do it because I'm repeating what my dad says to me, who's been a Spurs fan for getting towards 70 years now. And they have a bridesmaid mentality. And also in the build up to that final, me, Neeks, and Adam Charles were filming around the new Tottenham Stadium, interviewing people about the final. And every single person said the same thing. I'm just so happy to be there. I don't care about the result. We made it. As soon as I heard the fans say that, I'm like, and we now know about the watches. All they pumped into that dressing room is you've already won. So of course your body language changes when you think you've already won. You relax in a little bit, and yeah, that's why Spurs couldn't get going in that final. Plus, Harry Kane started as well, and he is not the man for a final.
That's Spursy, but what is the biggest Spursy moment in our entire club's history? Is the biggest game of our club's history. We give away a penalty inside 50 seconds.
In fairness, that wasn't handball though. It wasn't.
Your arm shouldn't be that high, Terry.
His armpit.
It wasn't a penalty.
That was a joke. Like as soon as we got that penalty, Salah stepped up. I was like, "Yeah, that's it, right? This is game over."
Maybe this is my bias, but I feel like, because I wouldn't want Arsenal to do that, to be honest. I feel something Spursy was last season. The fact that you guys were playing at home, you had a chance to get top 4, which you would have got because Villa got smashed, I think, in the last game of the season against Crystal Palace. And you had to win, and your fans were cheering and singing about Arsenal and like not supporting the club. I don't know. I found that very, very weird in my opinion.
Yeah,
despite the rivalry,
when you managed to finish third in a 2-horse race.
And that's a myth. That is absolute bollocks.
I knew you'd nibble, Henry. I knew you'd nibble.
That is absolute. We was in a 2-horse race. We were never top of the league. Free facts. Free facts. We were never top of the league for longer than an hour.
All right, Rafa Benitez, come on.
Congratulations.
Or the Battle of the Bridge, mate.
The Battle of the Bridge, that's the greatest game of the Premier League. That's the greatest game.
I just think it's mad how we've just thought of 4 Spursy moments.
My favourite 2 Spursy moments that relate to my club, the same thing happened twice in like a decade. They had a 3-0 lead at White Hart Lane and a 2-0 lead at half-time at Old Trafford. And both times we came back to beat them. And the best story to come out of that, the half-time team talk at White Hart Lane, all Sir Alex said to the team, he walked in, he looked at them all and just went, "It's Tottenham," and walked out. And we went and scored 5 goals in the second half. And I remember, I swear that was a 3 p.m. kickoff, like a lot of games were back then. And I'd been training, and my dad come to pick me up. And he was like, "You heard the radio, son?" And I went, "No." Goes, "We're 3-0 up at half time." And I was pissed off in the car. It's like a 10-15 minute drive to get home. And the second half was just kicking off. My dad had Talk Sport or 5 Live on. By the time we got back to the house, we were winning. And I was like, I remember looking at my dad. And my dad just said to me, he went, "That's my fault, football gods." Because he gave it to Bigham before the result was in. So, yeah, Spurs, mate, we love you. Honestly, the top 6 would be a worse place without Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? It'd be a worse place without you.
Embarrassing.
Arsenal, Ash, you travel to Chelsea. Hugely important game. And for a lot of people, it feels like it's beat Chelsea or bust for Arsenal in terms of the title race.